Peace, 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 soil friends. Welcome back to 357 Gardening, where we live, laugh, and garden every day. We are living through Yahweh, laughing through ups and downs, and we are gardening to feed our souls better soul food. Today I want to do a garden tour for May. It's a new month and it is already getting hot, y'all, here in Arizona. Spring is done. Okay, we didn't have a spring. We had a short spring. It's now feeling like summertime. We're gonna hit 100 degrees this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Look, I have a sweat mustache already. We're gonna hit 100 degrees Saturday and Sunday. It's gonna be like 100 and then 101. So good God Almighty, we got some rain these last few days since Sunday, so I haven't had to water the garden, which is really nice because watering can be a lot. So I'm going to show y'all how the garden looks for May. There is some things I pulled up, and there's also some new seeds that I sowed for summertime. And I have my tomatoes already sown, and I have lots of more peppers in my greenhouse. I'll show y'all the trees that I have, my little trees in the garden. And I hope that you enjoy the tour. I hope that you're gardening or thinking about starting a garden. So let's get into the video. Let's start over here where I was sitting. Just a few little things I'm growing. So I started a Roselle hibiscus plant from seed. And this is about how big it is right now. This was started on 2/19. And that's how big it is. I'm getting a new little leaf there, which is really good. I've been keeping her over here. I probably will move all of my stuff that's growing here in the greenhouse. I started a mango seed, and look at that. It's so pretty. I'm trying to beat the sun, but I don't think I'm going to beat the sun. It keeps coming in and out. There's another mango seed in here with some bell pepper seeds. And then there's my only strawberry plant, and I am germinating this tomato. This is a tomato plant. One of the suckers I pruned off. So I'm growing that, and look at the roots on it. I got it sitting in some water. And then here are all of my tomatoes. This is a volunteer tomato plant, and I'm not sure if it's the same tomato plant from last spring going into summertime. They're not big tomatoes. I put these fruit bags over them to protect them. They look like some of them are big though, so I'm so confused. I don't know what kind of tomato this is, unless it's the early girl hybrid, because some of them look, that can't be a cherry tomato. That one's getting really big. So we'll just continue to watch it and see what it does. I'll come put the fruit bag back on there when I'm done. There's some basil growing in here. There's basil back there. And then down here in these 20-gallon grow bags, I have some old plants that I'm going to have to pull up, like some old kale, lettuce that went to seed. This is my Ace 55 tomato. I'm so excited about that because I have not had any determinate tomatoes in my garden. I have always had indeterminate. There's some purple basil in here, purple Petra basil. So I'm excited about the Ace 55 because the Ace 55 doesn't grow like that. It looks like it's going to be definitely an indeterminate tomato plant, this volunteer right here, because it's just getting taller and taller. And usually you can tell if an indeterminate tomato plant is indeterminate because a determinate tomato will stop. It will stop growing at a certain height, like 4 feet, and it will give you all your fruit all at once. Versus the indeterminate, they're going to keep growing very viney and give you fruits until your first frost. Or for me, I don't think I'll get fruit until my first frost because I live in Arizona and it gets really hot. So I sowed some San Marzano tomatoes. So like there's gonna be um if this one comes back to life, it kind of went into shock, but I believe it'll come back. So there will be like 2 tomato plants for each 20 gallon. I didn't want to go over 2, especially with the viney tomatoes. And then this one doesn't really have any tomatoes in here. I have old plants that I gotta pull up, lettuce that went to seed, collard greens are still trying to grow. So all of this need to come up, and I gotta figure out what we're gonna plant in there. More lettuce went to seed. Here's some catnip for Charles. This thing grows so fast, so big. I'm always pruning it for him and storing the catnip up, but it grows back really, really fast. And the leaves are super soft. Over here, this is going to be some green beans I sowed. I did sow eggplants, y'all, that I started from seed, but look, they didn't make it. These 2 did not make it. One of them did, but these 2 did it. I have another one over there. Some mint. This is my sweet mint. Some dill. We still have dill in the garden. Y'all see the sun giving me shade. Praise Jesus. So one of my dill is like still growing, but I don't have any cucumbers to put this with. And then one is going to seed. This one is pretty tall and it's going to seed. And then my flowers. These are my flowers. I have enjoyed this evening mix sunflowers. They have given like so many shoots. You get like this, well, you have your one main stem, right? This is the main stem right here. And then it's gonna give you these beautiful side shoots as well. I have enjoyed this evening mix, and I hope I get seeds because I haven't collected seeds from my other ones. I gave a few family members some sunflowers, but the rest are mine. I told Babe, I was like, the rest are mine because I want to collect seeds. So I'm gonna let them dry up and turn brown and then get my seeds. So I have enjoyed the evening mixed sunflowers. And then down here is lots of marigolds. And I did have zinnias in here, but my zinnias died from the heat. And these might be seeds right here. Those look like zinnia seeds. So I probably should come and collect these. I think I'm going to come grab these. Let me put this over here so I don't forget, so I can get my seeds. All right. And then the Gerbera daisy, this plant, it's still growing. It's not as lush as my other one next to my other daisies. These are either Shasta or Black-Eyed Susan. They are so lovely. I can't wait to see them open up. They look purple. These leaves are so soft too. It's so crazy. So my flowers are growing. I have grown all of these flowers I threw in this bed, this fabric bed last fall. So I started all of these seeds last fall. I don't see any of my Mexican sunflowers coming out yet. They should be okay. I sewed them at the top. And then here's the other Gabera daisies, the red ones. This one took off a lot on its own compared to my other plant. Here is my moringa cutting that was gifted to me from my farm friends. And I got some growth on it, y'all. There's growth. Now, let me tell y'all what I did. This thing was covered with weeds, and I yanked it up because I thought there wasn't any growth on it. When I yanked it up, y'all, I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope it's okay. So what I did was I just stuck it back in because it did have roots. At the bottom of the cutting, there were roots. I stuck it back in there. I mulched it up really well. And let's just hope the moringa cutting will be okay. There's some rosemary that I still have in the garden. It smells really good. Some more mint down here. I took a lot of that off on my last harvest. And then here's my one eggplant. I think it might be the Black Beauty. I think that one is the Black Beauty. So this one survived. My other two didn't. And I sowed some beans in here as well. Here is my hibiscus, the eye candy of the garden. Still giving us lovely flowers. And all this new growth is pretty cool to see. Because these branches, these were all naked. And now they have growth on them, which is really, really cool. There is a random sunflower. Might be an evening mix too. Just random sunflower growing in this planter. But look at all the side shoots. Isn't that so cool? Those are gonna open up and be so pretty. And let's see over here in this planter. I put some tomatillos in here, y'all. Some Swiss chard. I took my cilantro bush or tree that was in here. I let that go to seed and collected a lot of cilantro, coriander seeds. But there's still carrots growing in here. Little marigold flowers. I did sow recently, let's see, on 4/15, I sowed Swiss chard. There's some right there. There's marigolds. I sowed the two tomatillo plants. I'm not sure if these tomatillo plants are going to take off because we get really hot here. If I see that they're not doing so well, I hope I can save them and try to grow them for the end of summer going into fall because we get like 2 spring breaks here in the valley. But here's some more Swiss chard. I know Swiss chard will be okay with the heat. They like the heat. So that's what's in that planter. And then here are my other 2 grow bags. I took a lot of stuff out over the last week. This was filled with my Black Beauty zucchini. And now there's a random pepper plant. And I sowed some green beans in here. I left them alone. And I sowed some cantaloupe. So I'm hoping the cantaloupe will germinate. If not, we'll just keep trying. But right now, I can grow melons. I can grow melons and plant melons. So cantaloupe, watermelons. I can't do the Kajari melons because they don't like heat. So we shall wait and see, soil friends. In this 20-gallon grow bag, this is going to be my pole beans. I left my 2 sunflowers in here to act as a trellis support for the pole beans because they're going to need some support. So these pole beans were sold on 5/2, and I don't see any germination yet. Here's most of my peppers, and then I have 2 more pepper plants back here. Hi, Charlie. Good morning, buddy. Hey, my friend. Hey, my friend. That's my friend. Yeah. Yeah. That's my friend. So I have some peppers over here. There is a couple of red yellow bell peppers. So I started all of these from seed. That's a bell pepper. This one is supposed to be a bell pepper plant too, because I remember putting both of my bell peppers in the cage pots. So these are bell peppers. I'm gonna go on the other side. Look at Charlie. Okay, now I know some of them are not labeled, y'all, but I know what they are. I do. Like this one right here, if you can look closely, this is a banana pepper plant. Um, and I think I have 3 banana pepper plants now. I have this one here, this one, and that one, which has a couple of banana peppers on it. So, still have some green onions planted in them. Marigold. I try to keep marigolds and onions and garlic near my peppers and tomatoes, or basil near my tomatoes, because for pest purposes, better flavor and things like that. So here is a lovely banana pepper. Look at that banana pepper. Ooh, beautiful. Look, marigolds are in there. I love that marigolds will just drop and start growing on their own. I want to show y'all this jalapeno plant. I picked up this jalapeno plant from the ranch market, this grocery store that is right across the way. Let me turn this. And y'all, I topped this baby. I got this plant on 425 from the ranch market. I topped her main stem, and look at all this growth, y'all. I'm gonna go closer. Look at all the new growth. Sweet! That's what I want. I want lots of jalapenos. So I did top her. I didn't top any of my other peppers over here. One of my peppers, the Rezha Macedonian pepper, I recently gave it fertilizer, but this is the only pepper plant where I see where my leaves have been getting really bad, like they're turning yellow. So I did give it some fertilizer, and I hope that the plant will be okay. And I wanted to get on this side to see how big these banana peppers are growing, and they're growing lovely. Nice. So lots of peppers, different peppers over here. And here's some more seedlings in my greenhouse. Let's see what's in the greenhouse. So I'm creating like a watermelon patch in my greenhouse in the ground. But here's some seedlings that I still have. I have a lot of peppers, y'all. There's different peppers that I never even heard of before. That I never heard of, never ate before. But I'm super, super interested to see how they will grow. These are lunchbox peppers. I think these are lunchbox peppers. I want to put those out in the garden, those lunchbox peppers. Like these, I've never heard of before. I started all of my peppers, tomatoes, everything this year. I mostly started from seed. I think I only got What did I pick up from the store? Like the big box store? I think the only thing I got was that jalapeno plant. Um, and the rosemary. I did not start my rosemary from seed. What else did I get from the big box store? I think everything else though is from seed in the garden. So only a few plants I got from the big box store or like a marketplace. But everything else, like all of this was started from seed. Even my lemon tree was started from seed. Let me open the greenhouse more. Charlie, be a good boy. But yeah, y'all, like I'm interested to see how all of the peppers will do. This is a white bullet. These are white bullet peppers. I have a lot of random tomatoes growing. Um, and the sun is coming out, so I'm gonna hurry up. But still interested to see what everything will turn out to be. I have a couple of Turkish korbasi peppers, and these purple ones are so pretty. Look at this purple pepper. It's called a puma pepper. So those were all started from seed. There's more peppers back there. I probably should fix these. They look a little leggy. These three right here look a little leggy. Probably fix these. Hello, Charlie boy. And then let's see what else is in the garden. So, seedlings, watermelon patch with marigold flowers down here. This is going to be crimson watermelon. My lemon tree. So pretty. Nothing germinated in there. Potatoes. I am still not confident. I will be happy if there's a few baby potatoes in them, y'all, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't fertilize them. I didn't plant them right. And then I started running out of soil at the end. I started to run out of soil when I was healing the potatoes up. And I don't know. I threw some hay, some straw on top to make up for the soil, but we'll see how it goes. And then I harvested the Big Jim chili pepper. This is super delicious. We tried it with our meal, a couple of meals actually, because I had harvested. There were 3 Big Jim chilies on here. I took all of them, harvested them. I have a little video showing a small harvest from the garden. But they were absolutely delicious. And at green, they were very mild. They were not spicy. But if we would have let them turn, woo, I'm sure they would have been really spicy. The Buena Mulata pepper, I am leaving these alone. I'm going to let them get bigger. That's the Buena Mulata. But those are all the peppers that I have, plus the ones in the greenhouse. I'm letting my green onions go to seed right here. So all of these are going to be seeds. Super exciting. And then just a few more things. I have okra growing in here. It hasn't germinated yet. I have lots of green beans growing. These are the contender beans. So green beans, and I had sowed some mammoth sunflowers in here too. I'm gonna thin out my sunflowers and stick them somewhere else. And this used to be my salad grow bag. Now everything went to seed. All the lettuce went to seed. And I had collected a lot of these seeds from my, what was it, the romaine? Because this used to be my oak leaf and it went to seed. So I threw in some sun gold cherry tomatoes in there, and they'll use this wire mesh to climb on. There's one green bean in there and some basil. But that's pretty much all I have in the garden. I need to come fill up all my ponds for the pollinators. We got a lot of rain, so I'm not going to water today. Um, the soil should still be, yep, pretty moist. It is pretty moist, so I'm not going to water. Probably water Friday. I'll come out and check the soil tomorrow. And probably won't need to water though till Friday because we got a lot of rain here in the valley. There I am again. I hope y'all enjoyed this garden tour with me today. If you're new to my channel, give me a like, subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you're notified when I upload more of my videos. I am Anquisha and I am in zone 9B. I'll see y'all in the next video.